Tonight, I think this is going to be really fun. And of course, the brilliant idea came from Sarah. We are going to have people on our Zoom tonight that are going to be sharing either they're very close to earning the Apple Watch, or you can get the Samsung, by the way, the Android, or they have already earned it and on their way to earning their second one. And I have these kind of questions. Put in the chat if you have a particular question you'd like to ask somebody that's already earned it, because I know what goes through my mind. I want to know, what are people ordering? And I think I can guess. I have a feeling that these people are all interested in the reset. That's just a guess that I'm taking. The other question I want to ask is, what exactly are you saying to people? Are you reaching out to them? Are they reaching out to you? What are you posting? Like, I just want to drill them and get all of the information. So we're going to have, so far we have 4 people that are going to share. I told them they have 3 to 5 minutes and, it's a 30-minute Zoom. But I think this is always really good because you're going to find, this is at least what I found, people are going to come to you and say a little bit of a different thing, each one of them. They're going to be each using a different method. Some of it's going to be similar, but some will be different. Some of them have been going live. Some of them are running these private reset groups. Everybody's doing something and you're going to go, hey, I haven't tried that yet. I'm going to try what she's doing. And that's a really great tip. And I know Sarah told me a long time ago to follow people on the leaderboard and kind of look at what they're doing. And that's just exactly the idea behind this Zoom. So in that spirit, who has signed somebody up in the last 7 days? All right. Karen, do you care to tell us the story of your last sign up?
Well, it's kind of like I was they had me on another call, a team call, asking what I was doing. And like you've said, there's no magic. It's just consistency. And a lot of the ones that I have, a lot of them are people who have fallen off of Plexus or that I've been in conversation for a really long time. So just following up and, kind of like Lisa Brizendine, the friend, we're in a sideline group together. And that's what she said, because I'm a yellow. Somebody's like, oh, no, thanks. I stopped. So it's like, no, you got to keep following up and you got to keep. So it's just, keeping track of who you've talked to. And if you really believe it, just keep, even if they crickets or say no, it means not now. And just really, it's a lot of people that I've been in conversation with for a while. So just kind of, one of those planting the seeds and it's, kind of coming around. But I haven't earned the watch yet.
Well, you will.
Not yet. Yes.
The reviving the dead, when she said that, or did she, is that how she
Yes.
phrased it? Okay. When she said that, I remembered a particular Zoom years ago where someone said, why would you go and try to revive the dead? They've already told you that they don't want it. And what's interesting is, especially with Plexus, people always say yes because they have this hope. So whatever the hope is, it could be the hope that they'll feel better, lose weight, make some friends like they see other people have, make a little extra money. And for whatever reason, whether it wasn't the right time or they weren't willing to get out of their comfort zone, for some reason that hope wasn't met. And that doesn't mean the door is slammed shut, bolted, and locked forever. It means that maybe now's the right time. And I think that we have leaders in our company that said no and even got their money back guarantee and then came back later and then took off. So just remember that. So that would be something for you guys to focus on, is going through. I mean, if it bothers you like it bothers me to open up my office and look at all my level ones and see the ones that have quit, like, does it bother anybody else to see those names and you just see it and you're like, so much potential lost. So just remember, they're not lost forever. One more question, Karen. Are they all doing reset?
Yes, I'm not even talking anything but reset welcome pack.
Okay, perfect. I think that the deal that you get with that is just amazing. Anybody else? I think Jennifer, you said that you signed up people. Will you tell me just a little bit more? Trying to grab her. Tina said she signed 5. Tina, I wanted you to share tonight. Are you available to do that?
Hey, I'm sorry, I'm at work. I have another Zoom I have to be on at 8, but I possibly can after this because I'd love to. So
okay, well, we'll talk. I'll message you. And then it looks like Pat, you signed one on the 1st who asked questions for 2 years and then said no until now. So Pat, was there some major like breakthrough, or was there a particular video answer? What was it that made her say yes?
It was just timing. Honestly, she's precious, and she has kids, and she's busy, and life is crazy. And she just finally said, I'm so tired, I can't live without something changing. So, and she did not do the reset. She was really anxious about those dollars and got the least that she could, but we'll just keep dripping.
Yep. I mean, and that's the thing too, we've talked about when people finally get ready, it's not you that they go to because you're not doing it anymore. And so now they could find someone else to order with. And then like you might see that if you've quit and think, why didn't they say yes to me? Well, maybe you've always had that posture of you weren't completely 100% in. I mean, it is a trust issue. So good on you, Pat, for staying the course. Okay. So make sure that you're inviting people on your team that are definitely working the business for sure, that they're going to want to hear all of these tips and tricks tonight. But the other people I would say is if you've had someone join and you haven't said to them, hey, any chance you want to earn an Apple Watch this month? Because if you do, I'll help you. If you haven't done that, that is a conversation that you need to have. I like to bring in humor. So I'll send like a picture of the Apple Watch. And then that, well, there's two of them. One is Forrest Gump and he's like on his boat and he's like waving. Yeah. He's like, and then the other one, it's Jim Carrey, like looking through a peephole and he's like doing this, like looking through, these are both GIFs or GIFs or, I don't know how to say that. I will do that because I think it breaks the ice where it's not awkward. It's like, did you know that if you blah, 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 I like to just make it funny. I'm like, Apple Watch, hey, you there? And they're like, what? I'm like, you want one? Because I'm going to help you get one. So I would go and have that conversation with people. So that's going to be the first task. Make sure all of your level ones know about the Apple Watch this month. You cannot assume that they saw an email. You cannot assume that they saw a post on your team page. You cannot assume that they know this. So go and tell them. And maybe if you have an Apple Watch, take a picture of your own wrist and say, don't it look pretty? Don't you want one? Something like that.
Jennifer, I just want to jump in and say, you guys never know who is watching. Keep sharing, keep sharing. I had a very prominent businessman join me with the Reset Welcome Pack. He just finished his reset this weekend and he lost 10 pounds and he's like on cloud 9. And I didn't even know this person was not on my radar, but I mean, we've been, we know of each other in the community, and he saw something that got shared on Facebook. He was like, you're going to have to tell me about this dang reset. Like, what the heck is that orange box all about? He did it and feels great. Now he's like, okay, what do I need my subscription to be? And like asking all these great questions. And so keep sharing.
Did he see someone else like Plexus sharing about it, or a post you made, or what? How did that happen?
So I was very nervous about sharing an after picture like in my workout clothes. So I like slid it into my stories, which of course somebody grabbed it and made a big post and tagged me and all of that. So no comment on the actual post, but it was my work, in my workout clothes, my after picture from my last reset.
So what you're saying is I won't get a businessman because I am not making that post. Is that what you're saying, Sarah? Oh, all right.
I'm just saying, keep sharing. People are watching and you don't know who's watching. Jennifer, if you don't mind, I have thoughts about, Jill, you said that message that you sent out that you're discouraged about. Do you want to hear my thoughts? I have thoughts. So when I read a message, I'll just say, in my personal opinion, yes, it's too long and it has too many calls to action. So the attention grab with a text, I'm not sure who you sent it to. I see that you sent it to 72 people. The attention grab would be, hey girl, I thought of you. Oh my gosh, I just found out a way that I can earn an Apple Series 7 watch. Have you ever wanted an Apple Watch? Have you ever thought about that? Would you be curious to hear? So I don't know if you're sending it to cold prospects or to current team members, but I would leave it at that. Level 1 in Business Builders. Did you see the incentive? Did you, oh my gosh, did you see we can earn an Apple Watch? Are you interested? You know, do you want one? And leave it at that, to the yes or no, because bundling it all and then saying what time works for you, you're already assuming that yes, they know about it and they want to earn it. So then before they even make a decision, then they're like, oh wait, I don't think I want to get on the phone with you and talk about any of this. So in my opinion, take it or leave it, I leave it at the first call to action for, are you even interested? And then anybody who says yes, awesome. You want to text, you want to chat, you want to get on a Zoom, you want a voice message, whichever way is going to feel, you know, the least intimidating or the most helpful, then I schedule that with them. So I think it's just a 1-2, yes, no, do I want it, do I not, should I get on a call? Oh, I don't want to get on a call, I don't even want to hear about it. It just might be too many steps all in the same first initial message, in my opinion.
And I would say the timing for this is perfect, because if someone hears about the incentive, you just say, hey, did you see that you can earn an Apple Watch this month? They might say yes, they might say no. Then you say, I know how you can earn it. All you have to do is this group next week and just follow all the instructions. And that's why the CEO Habits, the timing of it, it's so easy, because now you don't have to necessarily hop on the phone with them. You don't have to give them this long list of instructions. Just say, for 5 days, you're going to have very simple tasks that will actually create interest and will actually create people that want to do this. And so to me, it's the perfect timing. So I would just use that group. And I put that in my kind of the things we're looking at today. Make sure your level ones know about the watch. Find a way to say it to them, guys. That's really short, sweet, cute, funny, memorable. It doesn't have to be full of information with like the help center link that's sent to them. Number 2, invite your workers and anyone who wants to earn the watch to that CEO Habits group. And I went ahead and gave you the link. Then I would go and, just like Sarah said, you never know who's watching. So share reset testimonials. Remember, that's easy to find. If you go on Facebook, you can look at the hashtag orange box. You can look at Plexus Reset. And then you're going to also want to make a post about the next time you plan on doing the reset, inviting people to do it with you. And then at the end of this, I have this really fun visualization exercise that's from Success Principles. It's really good. So I was going to do that with you guys. Y'all, Tina's able to share with us really quick how she signed up 5 people with the reset. She won't be able to do it tonight, but she can do it now. So I'm going to let her go ahead and do that really quick.
Hey, okay, hopefully you can hear me. I'm at my store, but we're not open yet, so we're just gonna roll with it. Okay, so I work really closely with my sideline, Kelly Jones. She's on here too. She signed up for this month. We push each other every day. Find you a push partner, because it is life-giving. We're gonna be like you and Sarah. That's like our ultimate goals. Or we actually already are. I'm just claiming that. So what we did was, we were talking last week and we were like, okay, we have all these people we've been talking to, but we need something to invite them to. And like I'm with my diamond, we're doing a 2-week accountability group that starts tomorrow. That's 3 days of reset, then 11 days of support afterwards, just to really like keep them engaged. But we were like, we need something to invite them to like tomorrow, which this was last Wednesday when we were having this conversation. And we're like, okay, well, let's just do a 15-minute messenger event. And I've been in a ton of them, haven't always loved them. I love that people are doing them. And I think that's so important, but sometimes they just get like, I don't know, maybe you've been in some where people start videos all the time and then it just turns into like all this big crazy thing. And we were like, okay, well, we're just going to create one. And so we did. And there's a ton out there, but we were like, let's make it easy, reset focused. And so it was what, I think she's on here. It was like 7:00 at night last Wednesday. And we're like, okay, we're going to have an event tomorrow night. We don't know what the content's going to be, but we're going to invite people right now, because if they are in the event Thursday night and they order Thursday night or Friday, their products hopefully will be here Monday to start a reset Tuesday. And every single person's was. I think we got like 13 orders between our teams. And so we did the event, and I actually have the message that we like pushed our workers to send. And it was, hi, Linda, I don't know if this is good timing for you or not, but I'm curious to see if you'd be interested in doing a 3-day Plexus metabolism reset with me in September. I'm actually hosting a 15-minute messenger event tonight that's all about the new reset. You get a $20 off voucher just for being in the group. Want me to add you? And literally sent that. I sent it to like 30 people in 20 minutes and was just, I went into my messenger and I typed in reset and was like, okay, who have I talked to about reset that hasn't ordered? And I had people from a week ago, 3 weeks ago, June, when we first did it, and just started messaging them. And I used to be where when I'd message somebody and they wouldn't respond, or they tell me to F off, or, whatever, I took it personally, but in the same sense, I get messages from other companies and it's like, hey, we have a sale going on, or here's the link, come buy something. And I don't respond to them, even if it's like big companies. So it's, yes, we're about people, but it's also sales, so it's like, I don't know if that makes sense or not. And we actually did vouchers. I really want to earn the watch, so I just did incentive vouchers for it, the $20 off. So it made it was a pretty good deal. It made single reset $97 plus tax and shipping, reset welcome pack $134. So then after tax and shipping, it was like $160 for most people for reset welcome pack, which we actually sold all reset welcome packs. But yeah, that's what we're doing. So we're just being bold and making that ask and doing an event when you need to invite somebody to it. You can create it. You don't have to go find one. If there's not one happening, go make your own event and just do it.
I love that. And I love that you got the results. And I would also tell you, yes, the script matters, but at the same time, no, the script doesn't matter. It's like there are parts of scripts that can be off-putting or they're too long, but it also has to do with the energy behind it. And she keeps saying, we kept going for the ask. We were boldly asking. And there's something about that energy versus, haven't you ever had a kid come and ask you if they can go to like a sleepover at someone's house, but they already kind of know you're going to say no. And so the way that they ask you, they're like, I was wondering if I could go to Samantha's house for a sleepover. And you're like, no. And so you're matching that energy. So versus, hey, mom, I want to go to Samantha's. That energy matters. That's all I'm saying. So make sure you're practicing that energy. If you have a spouse, practice on them. It's really fun to practice your scripts on your husband. It's the best.
Hey, I'm going to say one more thing, if that's okay. Several of y'all just messaged me asking to be added to the Reset Messenger event that I did. I still have a lot of potentials in there, so I don't want to like add a whole bunch of people. But Jennifer, if you'd like, I'm happy to throw that information into the Power Hour thread, all in order, if y'all would like that. And then y'all can have it and plug it out, pull it out.
Carol, as far as feeling stuck, I think y'all try not to overthink it. Just go back to the relationship that you have with your level ones and the people that you're talking to. I'm going to steal what Shannon and I talked about. She's probably going to share it tonight, and you didn't hear it from me if she shares it tonight. But even just the vision casting, I've been working a lot with some people on vision casting. A lot of people don't set a goal for a watch because they don't believe they could do it, or they don't. So even just, hey, I can't stop thinking about you. I love that your Plexus journey has looked like it has. Have you thought about if there's 6 friends in your life who might be able to benefit from the results that you're experiencing? And literally write their name and then write 6 blank lines and send them a picture of that and just say, are there 6 friends that you could possibly help this month? I'd love to help you with that. And just don't over complicate it with that. But I don't have any copy and paste messages. I know somebody said, Sarah, can you give us an example? I lead each one from my heart, usually a voice message. And remember, some people might not be setting a goal for a watch because they don't think they can earn it. So if we say, hey, do you want to win a watch? Immediately those fear stories, those red light stories, all of those things that are coming up for them, they'll probably be saying, well, there's no way I could, so why would I even set that goal? So if those are the people that you're messaging, those are the people that you need to say, listen, I love that we're on this journey together. I can't stop thinking about you. Let's do this together. I'd love to help you earn this. Or have you even thought about it? And see what comes up for them, because it might be that you have a little bit of work to do with vision casting and blowing belief into them before they're ready to say, yes, let's do this and earn a watch and set up the messenger event. So a lot of it is action steps that we're like, go, 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 IPA, 1, 2, 3, ready, set, go. But 98% of it is going to be mindset and somebody believing that they can do it before they actually want to go do those steps of setting up the messenger event and going for it. So it might just be a day of encouragement. It might be a day of loving on people. We still have plenty of time. It's only the 12th. Maybe you spend a week loving on people and blowing belief into them and, all of that. And then we jump into CEO habits, and then you've got, the last 5 days of the month, you're working like crazy with, your keyboard smoking. So just a little food for thought.
Can I interject something real quick, you guys? I've been on this train a long time, and I remember when they would do these, crazy specials, and, it was always about me getting the prize, right? So these days, I have zero problem talking to anybody, including about the business. And I think the key is honestly, make it about them, not about you. If you completely flip it to their needs and what will help them and what will bring value to them, it's so much easier to have a conversation then, because then it's truly natural and you're not trying to formulate. I don't know. I hope that makes sense.
It made perfect sense. Thank you, Pam.
I'm going to respond to what she says, and then we're going to do this really quick vision exercise that I'm excited about. If somebody says they want to earn the watch, I would say to them, okay, well, then you did this at the perfect time, because there's a group next week that's going to give you all the steps for sharing the products with your friends and your family. And it's going to also in the process help you earn the watch. Does that sound good? Just like you did when you asked, can I add you in? People always get stuck when you say, what if you made a post? And they just freeze. They don't know what to post about. They're afraid. They go through all the childhood trauma stories of, they're going to judge me. I'm going to get rejected. Someone's going to make fun of me. That it's just, if it's laid out for them, which Sally Lewis is really good at this. So I'm excited. I know this is going to help people get their foot like into this whole network marketing game. How many of you guys got started sharing with Plexus during an IPA challenge? Like somebody used an IPA challenge and you thought, I'll do it. And then all of a sudden you started sharing, like it became a business for you. Crystal? Yeah. A lot of people like the checklist, like the instruction, and then they start doing that and start getting people responding to them or getting people commenting on their posts. And they're like, huh, maybe I really can do this. So these are really valuable for sure. If you don't want to do this vision exercise and you want to keep working, we have about 20-ish minutes, then just mute me and keep doing your thing. Because if you're on a groove, don't let me ruin it. Otherwise, I'm going to do this with you. This book, if you haven't read this, by the way, I'm trying to decide what color to paint my nails for Hawaii. So I've got like hot pink, light pink, white. We'll decide soon. Anyhow, this book is one of the best things ever. It has tons and tons of information. It's written by the guy that did Chicken Soup for the Soul. And it is really, really good. He's got great videos as well. But let me go ahead and put you through this. So what's supposed to happen is you don't write any of this down. It's literally allowing your brain to envision or picture the things of your future. And the quote that he uses is, create your future from your future, not your past. And so when you think about where am I going to be, who am I going to be with, where am I going to be living, what kind of financial future do I have? You won't believe the chemistry of the brain, what happens when you start to picture these things, because your brain knows nothing better than to make this mental image and then start creating the circuitry for you to get into action. So I was sharing this with some kids in my job skills class about their future and what they're picturing for themselves as they graduate high school. And it was funny. One girl said, are you just saying that if I think it, it's going to happen? Like she was really kind of bothered by this whole idea of, you're saying if I just say in my head, I'm going to be rich, then it's just going to happen. I said, no, but when you never think of something, you never do the steps to get you there. So when you began to think of something, what happens is you start coming up with ideas and ways and methods to move you closer to that goal. Okay. It's just, if I think about wearing a bikini, you think I'm not going to start picking up something and going, oh, yeah, that's not going to make my bikini look very good. P.S. I'm not wearing a bikini. That was just a weird random example. Okay. We're just going to do this really quick. It's super fun. And they do tell you to put on like relaxing music. I'm not doing that unless somebody wants to sing or hum in the background. I'm just kidding. So I'm going to tell you this, and you're just supposed to picture these things. You can, your goal is to let your subconscious mind go to these places. Okay. So the very first one, and I think it's 7 steps. The first thing is they want you to start thinking about the financial area of your life in the future. So I'm going to ask you some questions. You can write this down or you can just picture it in your mind. So what is your ideal annual income? So think about that, almost like that monthly cash flow. What would be in the future you, that ideal annual income? Jessica Heffley likes saying, think of what you want to make a year. And then what does she say? Double it or triple it? She does something crazy where you're just like, whoa, triple it, triple it. And as you're thinking about this annual monthly income or annual income or monthly flow of income, kind of think it to yourself. Okay, imagine yourself logging into your bank account and you see your savings account. How much is in that savings account? Like picture this. And do you have any investments, like any real estate investments, or what's your total net worth as a person? Then kind of keep your mind in this area of financial future. What does your home look like that you're going to live in the future? Are you still in your same home and you've done some updates to it? Do you have a new home? Where is it located? Are you on the beach? Are you in the mountains? Are you in the city and you can walk to a coffee house? Does your house have a view? Does that house have a yard, or maybe it has a pool? Does it have a diving board? What's the landscaping like? Do you have rose bushes, or do you have a crepe myrtle? Is there, maybe you're into farm life. Do you see animals? Is there a stable for horses? What does the furniture look like in your house? Are there paintings on the wall inside of the house? Just kind of walk through your perfect house and just fill in all the details. Mine will for sure have 2 dishwashers, period, like for sure. And what will happen is your brain will start thinking, but I'll never get this house, or this really isn't possible. So you're trying to figure out how you're going to get it. Don't do that right now. This is just vision. It's a sabotage if you say, I can't do that because that'll never happen. So give your mind's eye the picture, and later your mind will solve the not enough money problem. Okay, now visualize the kind of car that you're driving. Any other kind of important possessions that your finances have provided. Okay, so now visualize your ideal job or career. So for us, it might be that you have a specific rank. Maybe you've always wanted to be on advisory board, or maybe you wanted to speak at convention. Maybe you wanted to take your team on this amazing retreat, like this huge house, and then like hire Mel Robbins to come speak to your people. So where are you working? Maybe you have this incredible home office like Stacy's. Every time I look at it, I want it. What are you doing? Who are you working with? When Tina said she has a push partner, do you have a push partner that you're imagining? Okay, now we're going to focus on free time, your recreation time. In the future, you've thought about your finances, you've thought about your home, what it looks like, you've thought about what you're doing. So now let's think about in that free time, when you have time just to do what you want to do, what are you doing with your family and friends in your free time? Are there hobbies that you're pursuing? Maybe you have specific types of vacations you want to go on. Maybe you want to own a vacation house that you always take your family to. What exactly are you doing for fun? Then we'll talk about your body. So I want your ideal vision for your body, for your physical health in the future. And I know when I was turning 40, I had this like ideal vision of what I was going to basically slap 40 in the face. Like that was my idea. I was going to be like 40 what? I was just going to feel better than I've ever felt. So what's your ideal vision for your physical health? Are you pain-free in the future? Maybe even struggling with that. How long do you think you're going to live? Just picture that. Are you open, relaxed? Are you full of energy? Are you flexible as well as strong? Do you exercise? Do you eat good food? Do you drink enough water? Maybe how much do you weigh in the future? Then the ideal vision for relationships. If you end up doing this in the recording, coming back to watch this, I would pause and really take the time it takes to let yourself visualize this. We did this exercise at one of the Jewel trainings, and they said, I want you to visualize your perfect day. And he walked you through it. And I pictured those Le Creuset, like, what do you call those? Like whatever the really pretty pot, I don't know what it's called, Dutch oven on my stove, like cooking and boiling away something that smelled amazing. And I was on my front porch and my doors were open so that it was just like fresh air coming to my house. I was sitting on my front porch, and my teenage son, who I felt like struggles a lot, he has autism, and I pictured him driving around the front of our house and coming down the driveway like he was actually driving a car. And I really just felt this moment so real to me. And I realized like my dream, I want that kind of small, it sounds small, but it's not for me. It wasn't picturing me like owning my own private jet or like having an island where I've had like a butler. I want my autistic son to drive, and I want to know how to cook in a Dutch oven and make it smell amazing. And I want my husband to not be here so I can leave both doors open and him not complain about bugs coming in. Like, that's my dream vision. So that helps you kind of think about this. What's your ideal vision of your relationships with your family and friends in the future? Think about your relationship with your spouse, with your kids in the future. Do you guys have like a Sunday brunch you always meet for? Who are the friends that you have? Do you have like a women's group you go to, or a particular friend that you always walk your neighborhood with? What do your friendships feel like? Are they different from what they are now? Do you feel open? Are they full of humor? Are they serious? Do you have each other's back? Are they supporting? Are the relationships empowering to you? What kind of things do you do with your friends? Do you travel with them? Accountability. And then let's talk about the personal arena of your life. So do you see yourself going back to school, getting training, attending a personal growth workshop in the future? Maybe you want to be a John Maxwell certified leader, I think is what they call them. Maybe you want to start going to counseling in the future. Maybe you want to grow spiritually and you can picture that happening for you. Do you go on retreats with your church? Do you want to learn to play an instrument for yourself in the future? Like, can you see yourself all of a sudden playing piano? Or maybe you want to write a book. Can you see yourself sitting and writing your book? Do you want to run a marathon? No, I don't. Do you want to take an art class? Do you want to travel to other countries? And then the last thing in this visualization that's so fun to do is go ahead and focus on the community that you've decided to live in. So think about that community. What are the activities that they have there? Or what kind of charity work or volunteer work might you be doing in your community? Like, are you going to work with teenagers, or you're going to work with single moms? What do you do to help others and make a difference? And how do you help? And what do you do to participate in that? So when you do these visualizations, it is so great for you. I told my teenagers about Sarah buying the blue dress and like envisioning herself as a sapphire at the next convention. And I know in the beginning, when I heard about these types of visualizations, it just seemed so silly and seemed like such a waste of time, until you realize that you're always visualizing something for yourself, but usually it's the wrong thing. I'm going to fail. Nobody's going to listen to me. They're going to make fun of me. I'm going to gain on my weight back. You're going to have all these visualizations. It's just, you're going to your default. And so instead, why don't you take charge of your subconscious mind and allow yourself to think about the good and the beautiful, and then allow yourself to walk in the steps of that direction. So we have about, I'd say, 9 more minutes of work left, and then we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Okay, so I will post the recording on YouTube. I just upload it there. I try to do it the same day, but I'll do it immediately after so I don't forget. And then it is the Success Principles. It's by Jack Canfield. It's the Chicken Soup for the Soul. I think he said that they had this goal that they would sell 500 million copies by like 20, or maybe it was like by the year 2000 or something, or maybe it was 2020. I don't remember. But in the first 2 years, they met their goal that they had. That was like a 20-year goal. And everything that he shares, all of his YouTube videos and his trainings and the conferences, they're so good and simple. And the chapters are really short and they always have action items associated to them. So I would definitely recommend that book for sure. But I will see you guys on Thursday at 10.